What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the mental switch that you need to apply in order to scale your trading. The mental switch that I applied that took me from zero to making my first $10,000 in a month, um, and beyond that. So, yeah, I'm kind of switching my video style up. I really just want these to be conversation between you and me. I'm gonna be comfortable, you be comfortable, you watch, and we gonna talk like we know each other. I'm gonna talk to y'all like y'all my homies, and I did the last video like this. Y'all see I got the same outfit on from the last video. If I uploaded that first, if not, it's gonna be another video. I got the same fit on. My brain is flowing right now, so I'm gonna talk to y'all again. So the mental switch that I took, that it took for me to go from zero to my first $10,000. Now I'm gonna give y'all one simple thing. It's your perspective. Um, it's gonna be a multitude of things actually. I'm gonna start with your perspective. I'm gonna start with how you view the markets, how you view your time, how you view trading as a whole. I think that this is very important for me. Yeah or no? You have to understand that everything starts in your mind. I'm gonna start there actually. Perspective. Everything starts in your mind. Everything starts up here. You have to believe before you actually do it. If you're not delusional, if you don't, think that it's possible, if you don't think that it's like that you can achieve whatever you're trying to achieve, you might as well stop. You might as well do something else. You might as well find a new profession, go get a job or something. Trading is not for you because in order to be a trader, in order to be successful, you need to be delusional. In order to be that 1%, you need to be delusional. You need to have this delusional self-belief that you can do it, that it is actually possible. There's all these negative statistics when it comes to traders, when it comes to just being a successful individual as a whole, as that is like the odds are always against you, which is true. It is hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it, but it's honestly not as hard as you think. You just need to apply and stay consistent. Stay disciplined, stay consistent, be patient, and it will come over time. Um, yeah, that's the first thing. You have to believe. You have to be delusional in yourself. You need to believe that you can actually do it, because if you don't, you won't. Um, that's going to be the first thing. The second thing is honestly just how you view the markets, how you view prop firms, because that's what I use to get to my first $10,000. I use prop firms. Um, how you view your prop firms. A lot of the times we put passing these funded challenges on a pedestal. We look at them like it's some crazy feat, or like it's climbing the top of Mount Everest, but in reality it's not. It's climbing a very small hill, and then once you get to the top of that hill, you'll see there's a very large mountain in front of you. That is going to come with, that's on that mountain, you have to reach consistency, scaling, getting payouts, all of the other stuff that comes with trading is going to be on top of that second mountain. And you need to understand that passing a funded account in general, it's very simple. It's not hard. It's not something that you need to be super excited about or super iffy about. Like, oh my God, this is going to be so, like, no, it is simple. Just follow your system, and trust time. That's literally it. Trusting time, and that kind of leads me to the third thing, but I'm gonna come back to the second thing, but I'm gonna go to the third thing right quick. Trusting time is very important. Being patient. um I was very impatient for a very long time. It took me a very long time just to really buckle in and not try to over leverage and force a bunch of trades per day and be able to walk away after taking one and two trades. Like, it took me a very long time to get to that point, and until I got to that point, or up until I got to that point, I was unsuccessful. I kept failing until I actually was able to hone in on just being patient. I was not able to succeed, and it's as simple as that. Like, you need to be able to be patient with this stuff. You need to be able to take your time, because if you don't, you're going to constantly just self-sabotage yourself. It's going to be a never-ending rat race. We're going to constantly go in circles. You're going to blow accounts and keep blowing accounts, keep wasting money, keep just doing all this stuff because you can't just take your time. This was my main issue. I could not take my time. I could not see the long-term vision. I was a sore loser. I couldn't accept losses, and that kind of goes into the next thing. I was a sore loser. I didn't understand that losses within the market were actually beneficial. Day trading is the one thing to where you need to be a good loser. A lot of the times we're taught as kids, taking tests in school, like losing is bad, getting questions wrong is bad. You're always punished for losing. In sports, you never want to lose, but in reality, with trading, losses are your best friend. Losses are where you're going to grow the most. Losses is where you're going to see the most improvement, see just the best of you, will come from your losses. Today is a perfect example of that. Today I took a loss. Today, what that loss, I learned from it. It was avoidable. I figured out why. Now I'm gonna move forward and not make that same mistake. Like, losses will always benefit you in the long run. Yes, they will sting in the short term, but in the long run, they will always benefit you. You need to understand that. You need to get that through your head, because in trading, if you don't hold yourself accountable, if you don't, have this click in your head, it's going to be a rat race. You're going to be in the same cycle for a very long time. Another thing, trying to rush your process and just being patient in general. Trading is a very rigorous, boring, and just long process. It will take you a very long time to see success with trading. And you need to understand that. You need to get that through your head. You need to stop trying to rush. And this kind of goes back to what I said earlier. Stop trying to rush. It is a very long process. This is not something that's going to be easy, but it can also be not as hard as it seems. It can be not as hard as we make it, I'll say. But it's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be as hard as we make it if you just do these simple things. So, yeah, it's a rigorous process. But let me go back to what I said earlier. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. My brain thinks in a lot of different ways. I'm just saying everything that comes to my head at the moment. But back to what I said earlier about putting it on a pedestal. Once I stopped idolizing the markets and idolizing the charts, and being so thirsty to compare myself and post on social media like, oh, I just took this win today, I just made this amount of money today. That's when I started to see growth. Once it took me a very long time to pass my first funded challenge. I tell y'all this a lot. It's something that I have brought up a lot, but the reason it took me so long is because I continued to put them on pedestals. I continued to idolize them, and I continued to just feel like they were the craziest thing in the world, when in reality they weren't. They were very simple. You're just making more money than you're losing over an extended period of time. That's what profitability is. And once you realize that, you'll see like, it's really not that difficult, especially after my first few months on TradeZilla, my first few months journaling my system and journaling my trades and really being intricate about it. I seen on my metrics that I already damn near had a profitable, statistics page. I had like a 49% win rate, and I was at like a 0.9 in terms of my profitability over the last few months. So I'm losing barely, I'm damn near break even. I'm losing a little bit, but I'm not really losing that much. And I was like, damn, it's actually not that crazy. Like, it would be those blow up days that would get me. Those blow up days would be the reason I would fail, because the winning trades would come, yes, but the losing days are what would kill me. And that's what would, cause me to continue to backtrack. I would take 10 steps forward to take 15 back. And I would continue to do that. 11 steps forward, 12 back. Like, it would just be like there was a constant cycle and a constant, just repetitive wheel where I just kept sabotaging myself. And this kind of goes into the next thing as well. Stop trying to stop trying to add things. If you focus on simply removing just half of, your losing trades, half of your avoidable losses, you will be profitable. I guarantee you, probably 90% of y'all, if you're around that break-even stage, or if you're still losing money, if you simply if you don't know your system already, this doesn't apply to you. But if you know what you're trading, if you understand what you're looking for, 9 times out of 10, it is a you problem, because your system works. You know how to take the winning trades. You've taken the winning trades, but you're self-sabotaging yourself. So if you simply just remove half, even a quarter of, those avoidable losses, those losses to where you just FOMO, where you over-leverage, you put yourself back way more than you were supposed to, you take a trade outside of your system that didn't have full context. Like, if you just eliminate a small fraction of those things right there alone, you would be profitable. I would have been profitable way sooner if I would have done that. It took me a very long time to realize this. I didn't actually start using TradeZilla until I was like 1.5, 2 years in. And it took me a long time to realize this. But once I did, I really understood, like, it's way easier than it seemed. Like, I'm making it so much more harder for myself. I'm adding all this extra pressure, and I'm making it way more difficult than it needs to be. It does not have to be this hard. So like, that was like another thing for myself to understand and to realize, like, it's not that difficult. I need to get out my own way. And that's what was kind of my main thing. I was in my own way. I would constantly have these just days to where I'm setting myself back, and you simply just have to not do that. Now, yes, everything in trading, all this stuff is very straightforward. It's all much easier said than done, but I promise you, if you just take the steps every day, do what you know that you have to do. You stay disciplined, it will come. I was not disciplined, I lacked it. I still have my days sometimes to where I might mess up. I might not be as disciplined as I need to be. We're human at the end of the day. But if you're over a consistent period of time to where you might have one or two slip ups versus having, damn near half of your trays are avoidable, like obviously you're gonna be successful with the one or two slip ups. Embrace the losses, embrace all that. But I'm gonna leave y'all right here though. I think that I basically touched on everything I wanted to touch on. Stop idolizing, be patient, be disciplined, journal, learn your system, learn yourself, figure out how to eliminate before trying to add. A lot of the times we look to add, trying to add new concepts, refine our system, refine our edge, but a lot of the time we don't need that. And all this other is subjective to the individual as well. This is all subjective to the trader, to wherever you are in your journey at the moment, but all this stuff is applicable. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I have a free Discord in my bio. Please feel free to join that. Come learn with me, learn with other people. I'm trying to build a community just where we can all hold each other accountable, interact with each other, and make new connections. So join that up. First link in the bio. I appreciate you for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.